Have you guys ever gone to a recording studio and paid some guy an ungodly amount of money to record your music and walked out completely disappointed with the end product? I have, and it sucks. And so today I'm going to be giving you 6 tips to get ready for the recording studio. Number one, make demos. So if you're in a band, obviously you should be recording your practices and trying to use that as a part of the songwriting process and getting a picture of where everything is. If you have the capability, I would mic up multiple mics on the drums, record your guitars, record your bass, get a decent vocal in there, and just kind of write the songs, hear what everyone's doing, and get a good picture of it from that. If you're a solo artist, then really you should be setting up sessions in whatever digital audio workstation you're in, having some kind of click track or a beat to play over that is to a grid, and you can use that as a way to write your song out, arrange the song, and then you could even take that session as a template or print those tracks out, consolidate them, put them into the session at the studio you're going to, and use those as a guide track for the drummer or whoever to have something to play over. So the next thing kind of goes along with that. It's form a vision for your song. Start with the end in mind. And that goes with drum sound. It goes with all the sounds. Have an idea of what you're looking for. You should definitely have reference tracks. That's basically songs or whatever from a band that you like the tone of their album or their song. Pick a couple of songs, say, hey, find a drum sound that you like, find guitar sounds, things like that to reference, to give, really that should be given to the audio engineer before you start recording. This is part of having goals for the studio and having an idea of the sound that you would want. I would definitely use reference tracks. Just, it gives you a clear map to what you're shooting for. So number 4 would be write all of the parts before you go to the studio. And if you're in a band, that goes for every member. I mean, there is something to be said for a little bit of improv and things like that. But I've been in the studio with lead guitar players where they didn't know their solo and they're writing it in the studio for 2 hours when we're paying $50 to $100 an hour. So everybody needs to know their parts, and also this will help when it comes to being comfortable in the studio. They need to know everything that they're playing. The drummer should know the fills. I mean, there can be a little bit of room, for improv, but overall, everyone needs to know their parts and be ready to play them. If you are well rehearsed and you know all of your parts and you've written all your parts, it's going to go a lot better than sitting there for 2 or 3 hours while the lead guitarist works out his solo. The next thing is practice to a click. When I was younger, we didn't really even use a click, but eventually, or we tried to go into the studio without playing to a click and tried that. It doesn't work. You have to have the tempos down, and today when you can record at home, there's no reason for not knowing your tempos. You need to practice to a click. Your drummer, if you're in a band, he needs to know the tempos and he needs to practice to those tempos, and he's got to be able to do it live. So practice to a click. Number 6 would be record live. If you can record live and get the bass tracks while you're playing live, there's going to be a pocket and a feel that'll probably be a little bit better than if the bass player is just playing after the fact, after the drums are recorded. If you can keep the live guitar tracks, those things all add feel, even if they're, you're going to overdub anyways, but if those tracks are in there, that's kind of how they used to do it. Bands used to play live. So bonus tip. So the bonus tip is going to be the less songs that you record, the more you can focus on the quality of the songs. I've seen a lot of bands come in and they try to record either their whole catalog of music or they try to do 10 songs in a couple of days. And really, you should be focusing on getting the best quality recordings you can and not rushing through trying to get as many songs as you can. The other part of it is if you're going to be overdubbing, if you have to do that in the studio, then it's going to take you forever and it's going to cost a ton of money. That's one of the things too. Have some goals for the studio. If you need to, just go there to record drums. That would basically be what I'm doing at this point because I don't have the space to record drums. So I'd go there and record drums and then overdub everything else at my house. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for today. If you guys got any value out of this video whatsoever, please crush the like button and hit the subscribe as well. I've got a home studio buyer's guide checklist over at homestudiorescue.com. I also have the 6 steps you heard. You can download the PDF there and go over that a little more in detail if you'd like at Home Studio Rescue. So that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. I make videos like this every Monday and Friday, and I'll catch you on the next one.